Gary, where do you think it all went wrong for Sri Lanka over the 5 days?
Well, first of all, I think there were a lot of positives to take out the test match. There were some really good performances from certain individuals, so that was great to see. Also, from being 99 for 5 at the beginning of the third day, to then take the test match into the afternoon of the fifth day was particularly pleasing, that there was a bit of fight and that we were keen to try and stay in the test match. We still believed, even this morning, that we could make something happen, either win the test match or certainly draw it. So I was really pleased with the energy and the attitude of the team around that. But I think if you look at the test match, we battled with the bat, especially in our top order, in both innings, and that probably cost us.
Gary, a different question. I mean, a bit away from this test match. You met Gautam Gambhir after a long time, and he is now your counterpart, India head coach. I mean, did you reminisce about the good times, about the old good times? I mean, I think Gautam played his best cricket when you were the India coach. So, did you reminisce about the good times?
We didn't do much reminiscing. We actually spoke about coaching and the challenges of coaching, and we both have very strong values around Test cricket. So we had good conversation around that. Obviously, trying to help our players play the best Test cricket that they can, both countries. So we spoke about that, and I think we have very similar ideas to how we want our teams to play Test cricket. So yeah, we had good conversation around that.
Gary, we saw young Sonal Danushka played very well in both innings. How do you feel about Danushka?
Yeah, I mean, this is his 4th test match, and to see him play the way he's played is very exciting for Sri Lankan cricket. Yeah, his love for test cricket and playing that way and playing that style is particularly pleasing to me to watch. And we certainly would encourage, all our players to have that test match mindset and attitude. I think the challenge for the modern players, especially in Sri Lanka, is you don't play much Test cricket. At least now we've got another 6 to go within the next 6 months or so. So it's great to get into the Test match game a little bit, and then to understand how to score runs and bat for long periods of time, and have an influence on a game over a long period of time. So Sunil has done that a few times, and I did in the West Indies as well, where under pressure he was able to make performances. So particularly pleasing, and really, really pleased for him.
Coach, this side. Coach, another young player in this match, Manav Sutar, picked up 10 wickets. Your early impression on watching Manav Sutar from the opposition dugout and his ceiling in Test cricket?
His ceiling, I don't know. His ceiling is up to him, but no, he's a fantastic talent. He's got a lot of wickets already at Test match level. I think he's a great spinner for Test match cricket. He gets on top of his action a little bit, and he gets the ball to bounce. Yeah, I had the good fortune of meeting him a few years back at Gujarat, so kind of got to know him and understand him a little bit. He's very respectful around the game. So wish him well in his career.
Coach, young debutant Pasundu Surya Bandara batted at number 3 in a very crucial moment. Don't you think experienced batter like Kamindu or Dhananjaya had to bat at number 3? What was the discussion in the dressing room?
Yeah, so we thought of the idea of shifting the batting order around, but again, we felt we wanted players to settle in the positions that they play. That there would be more value attached. Also, if you think about the conditions, it wasn't if the new ball was making a massive difference with the seam bowlers. So we felt that whether you were 3, 4, 5, it doesn't make a massive difference. It didn't matter if you walked in at 3 or 5, you're still going to be under pressure mainly probably with spin, having to face spin. So yeah, we just said, let's get you in and do the best we can. It was unfortunate that we lost Dinesh. He's a quality Test match veteran, and in this circumstance, he would have been a really important player for us. So that was unfortunate, but that's the nature of the game, and we need to kind of accept that. It's also nice that there's a few guys that have played a handful of test matches that are getting a chance to bat in the top order and understand what it's like to play test cricket against some of the best cricket nations in the world. So it's important for them to learn and understand how to play in those situations.
Clems, you can go ahead.
Gary, you've not had a couple of players in goal due to injuries. Any update on them? Can we at least expect Kusal Mendes to be available in Colombo?
No, Kusal Mendes has got a proper hamstring injury. He's not going to be available for a while. So yeah, I'm not sure of the injury update, but as it stands at the moment, those guys, Lanka as well, Dinesh is not available for the next test. Kusal's not available, so we're missing a few guys from that perspective. But it creates a great opportunity for young players to come in and stake their claim. In fact, players that have got really good first-class records in this country, so it's a good opportunity for them.
Vasu can ask.
Gary, it seems like there's two different games going on almost, one with the hard ball and one when it gets a little softer. So as a coaching group, how do you encourage your players to take on that challenge when the ball's soft, both for batters and for bowlers?
Yeah, I think both teams are confronted with that. I thought we did a brilliant job with the ball yesterday. Got 10 wickets in just over 50 overs, which was an amazing effort. In fact, if we had taken one or two catches, we might have been chasing early 300s, which might have changed the complexion of the game. But I think you've got to adapt in Test match cricket to what the conditions are confronted with. You know, the hard ball with spin is very different to the soft ball with spin. I thought our guys adjusted pretty well to it. As I said, probably where we lost the game was in both innings we lost wickets up front. And you just can't afford that in Test match cricket, especially when you're chasing a total of 460. I think India applied themselves really well in that first inning. Dev Padikkal played one of the better Test match innings that I've seen. Didn't play too aggressively, but just played within himself and just batted for a long period. And it was a good lesson for any Test match batsman how to map out, a big 100.
Coach, hi. Coach, how big an advantage of winning the toss on these kind of pitches? Because on the first day it seemed like Indian batters just dominated and there's not much happening off the surface. And as the match continued, the wicket got, spinners got a little more purchase with the harder ball and all. So once you lose the toss, what are the options do you have as a team?
The options are to bat well in the first innings. Remember, we lost most of the second day, so we ended up playing our first innings on the third day. And the idea was that the wicket was going to take a little bit more turn. Interestingly enough, I thought the wicket took the most amount of turn on the third day. And then day 4 and day 5, it actually played a little bit easier because the ball got softer much quicker. So I think it was a very good Test match wicket. And again, if we had batted better in the first innings, to give away 170 runs in the first innings that's where it cost us the game. I don't think we batted that well. Apart from a great partnership of 144 between Dikvela and Danushka, we showed some real courage. Again, we were in trouble there, but that was probably where we lost the game. But I think that the pitch played really well, and it actually didn't turn hugely throughout the game. It was just a good cricket wicket. Our seamers got 6 wickets in the second innings, so they were in the game as well.
Gary, just on Sunal, we're not often seeing players come into a Sri Lanka setup and then perform immediately like he has been. What is it that he's doing that is allowing him to have that impact? And now going forward, other opposition teams will know a little bit more about him. What does he need to do in this next little phase of his career?
Yeah, I think importantly is we've got to back players. It's easy when guys have one or two bad performances that you just move them on. And that would be my focus, is to back the players, because if they've got the talent and they've shown that they've had success at first class level, how long do you give them an opportunity to do well at international level? There's a big step up between first class and international, and it's on pressure. It's basically pressure. And I thought Sunal handled the pressure of international cricket, and has in his first 4 Test matches exceptionally well. He's got good mental strength. He's got courage out there and resilience, and he's a good example for all other players that that step up. You've got to be on your game mentally to be able to manage it.
Coach, do you think
number 4 is the best place for the Kamindu Mendis?
Listen, he got 84 and 44 in the last test match, batting at 4. He's a world-class player. And, you know, if he gets firing in that position, it's the perfect position for him to bat. He's an attacking player. And, you know, your number 4 test match batsman should bat at a good tempo. And I would certainly like to see him to develop into a quality number 4. As I said, he's had some success there already. And hopefully that he can continue to develop, and I think he can become a great number 4 for Sri Lanka.
Coach, you spoke about, you know, trying to fight for a draw today, and for about an hour and a half, the batters sort of showed that kind of application, except you guys lost a couple of wickets just leading into the lunch. So what was the chat like at lunch?
Yeah, we still believe we could see the game out. I think we set ourselves some goals. I mean, I've been particularly impressed with Kishore Nawantha's debut this test match. Bowled exceptionally well for his 4. I think he got 4 wickets in the test match on debut, and then he showed he batted for 70 balls in the second innings. And our conversation with all the low order batsmen is to bat as many balls as you can in these conditions, and he showed real grit and determination. We lost 2 wickets up to lunch. We were 6 down. We probably needed one nice big partnership after lunch, and we started getting it going, and then lost to nil, and you know, then I think it got tough from there. But as I said, for the first couple of hours of today, thought we were right in with saving this test match.
Gary, you coached India with great success. You had a stint with Pakistan as well. Now another subcontinental team. What are the challenges of Sri Lanka? How different or similar? What excites you coaching Sri Lanka now?
Yeah, I think I'm just particularly excited by being involved with Sri Lankan cricket. I think there's some great players here. The team needs to develop still. I love Test match cricket, but it is sometimes tough when you don't play much Test match cricket to understand how you need to play that. This is now our third Test match in the space of a couple of months, and I can already see the team developing, and we're starting to build some shape into the team, but we need to be able to turn it into a performance at some point. But as I said, we kind of building that and developing that as best we can. But there's lots of talent around, but you need to build the shape of the team. You know, you need to be able to get 20 wickets consistently, bowl teams out with your seam, be able to bowl teams out with spin, and then you need a top 6 that can, you know, guarantee you big runs either in the first innings or the second innings. And I think that's still developing and still growing. We're still trying to work out, you know, who the players that are going to be up for Test match cricket. But it's a very different game compared to the white ball. And, you know, for us it's really important that we develop that Test match that squad so that when they do play Test matches, they're ready to go.
Gary, short turnaround time between Test matches and hunt for World Test Championship points. What is it that you would like to see personally at the SSC?
Yeah, I mean, we just focusing every Test match that we get, try win a Test match. You know, we go to, you know, 4 days from now we start again, and against a quality team at SSC. It's a home Test match for us, and you know, it's nice to have a quick turnaround so we can get back into it straight away. But it's important for us that we show that we can be a force to be reckoned with in Sri Lanka. And this is going to be an important Test match for us. I don't think we're really focused on the WTC at the moment, but obviously if we do get a win here in the second Test, you know, and we then go to Pakistan for 2 tests there, anything's possible, but we need to win games.
රට පුරා ඇති Green EV charger ජාලය හා එක්වන්න. App Store මගින් Green EV charger සහ Play Store වෙතින් Green EV ලෙස search කර Green EV app එක දැන්ම download කරගන්න.
Welcome to the best roaming plans that don't burn through your pocket or mind.
Get 10 GB for $5 and 30 GB for $15.
There's always an option with Hutch.